This is called Remember December. Here we go. Merry Christmas. Here we go. Ho, 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 and a bottle for the bums. Take us back to a time when we were sucking our thumbs. Santa Claus will soon be coming, and all you bad kids will most definitely be bumming. But that's what you get for sticking firecrackers in that gerbil's ass and helping old ladies across the street where they eventually get mugged. Or the time you tore off all your sister's Cabbage Patch Kid heads and hid them in her bed, a la The Godfather. The Godfather, now available on DVD, featuring unreleased scenes of Marlon Brando setting a world record for eating the most tangerines. Of course, the time you told your father, I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus. Which would have been real cute if your father hadn't been out of town on business and you hadn't followed your mother to the Motel 6 up on Route 1, where she kissed Santa Claus dressed in thigh-high snakeskin boots and a garter belt made out of mistletoe with a leather candy cane that she shoved so far inside that his nose turned like Rudolph, the red-nosed drunk. Rudolph! Obviously German, and so shit-faced that Santa said, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you take these 12 simple steps to salvation, clean and sober? And Daddy wasn't happy to hear that Mommy had been kissing Santa Claus, who strangely resembled Mr. Spinelli, the guy with the mustache working down at the dry cleaners. And Christmas is a time to be good, to reflect on our goals and or shortcomings of the past year, spying a reflection in the bathroom mirror. And I get to lay off that eggnog and the Eskimo pies and telling lies to impress girls. Yeah, I invented oxygen. In high school, my nickname was Apollo Creed. I once climbed Mount Everest backwards on one leg with a 20-pound leper tied to my left testicle. I was at Woodstock. I wrote the Star Spangled Banner half an hour before Jimi Hendrix took to the stage. I broke up the Beatles. I once fired Jingle Bells through a bullhorn at the Royal Albert Hall, and afterward was awarded a Purple Heart from Queen Elizabeth. It's true, it's true! Would I lie to you? Santa Claus can tell who lies and who tells the truth. Richard Nixon once said, I am not a crook. Well, after the Bush administration, yeah, I guess he wasn't. Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town for the black and the white, the yellow and the brown. At least according to that Coca-Cola commercial I saw on TV back in 1978. They changed the lyrics of a popular song from I'd like to teach the world to sing and live in harmony to I'd like to buy the world a Coke and keep it company. Now why the fuck would you want to buy the world a Coke? Why not buy some rice or penicillin or a bomb shelter or some toothpaste? A Coke? I've been to Europe. I've been to Asia. Those poor bastards get some fucked up teeth as it is. No need to make it any worse. Of course, Santa knows who is naughty and who is nice. And if you're a bad kid, you'll get a lump of coal in your stocking, which probably wouldn't be a bad gift if you were a fledgling geologist. My 1980 Christmas wish list consisted of pages 134 through 155 of the Sears catalog. My mom told me that I should ask Santa Claus to release all the American hostages being held in Iran, which confused me, because I didn't think Santa Claus had that kind of pull on the international political scene. That seemed like a job for President Carter, or Henry Kissinger, or Jesus when he comes back from vacation. Santa Claus was too busy alphabetizing Chewbacca underoos to worry about such high ideals. Mrs. Claus is currently going through menopause, and things up at the North Pole just aren't going as smoothly as they have in the past. I learned at an early age that there was no Santa Claus, as I sat next to Alicia Barron in the 2nd grade. She was Jewish, and reveled in telling all the Catholic kids at school that Saint Nick didn't exist. Of course, she had reason to be pissed. On December 25th, we were all opening our new Transformer toys and Holly Hobby ovens, and she was at home writing thank you notes for the 7 dreidels that she had received for Hanukkah 2 weeks earlier. This was, of course, just before Jewish Americans began celebrating the anti-Christmas by going out to Chinese restaurants on December 25th. And that is the power of the Yuletide, bringing our Hebrew brothers and sisters together in culinary unison with our Asian American comrades. a united celebration of universal respect in the face of secular seclusion. But it isn't all that bad for our non-Gentile brethren. At least Jews have Hanukkah. Muslims got it really bad. Ramadan. This is a good time. Hey, let's celebrate life by not eating lunch for a month. Sign me up. Santa Claus is coming to town. And still, the mystery remains. How does he get down the chimney if he weighs 367 pounds? And we don't have a chimney to begin with. How can he be everywhere at the same time? I saw him down at the Kmart handing out candy canes. Then I saw him at the subway station collecting money for the Salvation Army. Then I spied him sleeping in his own piss and shit outside the Powder House pub on Salem Street. You better not pout. You better not cry. You know why? Because it's really starting to get on my fucking nerves. Christmas in Japan is also getting on my nerves. One of my students asked me,
how do you feel about celebrating Christmas in Japan?
Christmas in Japan? That's like the 4th of July in Afghanistan. St. Patrick's Day in Angola. Guy Fawkes Day in Ireland. Arbor Day in the fucking Sahara Desert. What's the point? And what's up with Boxing Day? Why can't we celebrate that holiday in America? Muhammad Ali, Joe Louis, Rocky Marciano, it's time that we gave our practitioners of the sweet science a holiday of their own. And Christmas in Japan, it just doesn't make sense. That's like American people using the metric system, or Irish people drinking non-alcoholic beverages, or French people taking baths, or British people flossing their teeth. It goes against the very forces of nature. But you gotta give Japan an A for effort. They were made for Christmas. The shopping, the gift giving, the childlike merriment. It's a no-brainer. A Japanese friend asked me if Westerners ate Kentucky Fried Chicken on Christmas Day. KFC on Christmas? Yes, that's very common. If you're homeless and the shelter that you're going to is owned by the Pepsi Corporation. Otherwise, no. Otherwise, no. So ho, ho, ho. But enough about your mom and your 2 sisters. It's the Yuletide, time of the year to raise a chair for the times we've known and the loved ones who have passed on.
Did you know that when the bell rings, an angel gets its wings?
No, I did not know that. But did you know when it snows, my Uncle Lefty is up in heaven, scratching his scalp and sending his dandruff down to earth. Christmas is here, so ring in the chairs. Prayer for peace if a friend's deceased. Say a toast and turkey's roast as we hope for one more year of hopefully no tears, no fears, no wars or hearts torn from the chest. To live in the light of God, his only son, the chosen one, the King of Kings, who didn't require feasts, but peace in the east, the west. That baby in its manger, getting its rest. Whether in Tokyo town or Boston, Mass, whether Baghdad or Budapest. Love your neighbor, emulate the Savior, because Santa Claus is watching and taking notes on your behavior. So ho, 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 and a bottle for the bumps. See the joy in the eyes of the innocent little ones. Listen close for those footsteps up on the roof, because you're 6 years old again, and you don't need any proof. Crawl out of your bed and sneak down the stairs, and you know for sure, surely he was here. Your parents wake up and they act so surprised. It's the only time in our lives that we're happy somebody lied. Remember December. Remember good time and cheers. Remember the magic of 10 famous reindeer. Remember December. Remember a time of no fear. Remember, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you.